Welcome back to the Queen Rising podcast. I'm your host, Misty, and today we are talking about feminine rituals to restore your energy. In a world that glorifies the hustle, we are reclaiming rest. So if you are new here, you may not be familiar with my story around burnout. However, I've been through burnout twice. The first time was right when I hit around 30. I was working I was running an in-home daycare center in my house. However, I accepted kids whenever I could, and it just allowed us some extra money for groceries or gas or extracurriculars. However, I was watching kids around the clock. Mornings, evenings, weekends, holidays, it didn't matter. And I found myself needing coffee all the time, and I still needed a nap before the kids did. I was so exhausted. I was so depleted. And I was able to restore my health by focusing on my health, and I recovered. However, I fell into the same pattern again in a different business. So I have been coaching women since 2015, and in 2018, my ex-husband and I had the opportunity to purchase a brick and mortar business. It was the intention to hire support and have coaches and all the things. However, things didn't work out the way I had planned them, and I ended up working a lot of hours while also maintaining a home, homeschooling kids, having a toddler, and I put myself in burnout all over again. So last year I went through a divorce, and I have been restoring my energy, balancing out my masculine, feminine energies, and feeling more like myself. And I want to share with you feminine rituals that have really changed the game for me. Now, let's talk a little bit about why women need rituals. So, since my divorce, I have been diving so deep into masculine, feminine energies, what the difference is, and I love sharing. If you want to know more about this, we can definitely dive more into this on the podcast. But basically, men and women are very, very different. Our biologies are so different. Men run on a 24-hour hormone cycle. Their hormones cycle every 24 hours. Women's hormones cycle every 28 days. They're so different. Yet we have women trying to operate in a very man-made world. Like our world was made for men. The work schedule, the 40-hour work weeks, the 9 to 5 grind, that was all made for men. And we as women have been trying to fit ourselves into this man's world. However, we are different and we need different things. So men thrive on routine, on getting up at the same time every day. They have, generally speaking, they have the same energy levels. As long as they're consistent with their diet and their hydration and their workouts, they're generally the same every single day. Women are not. There's some times of the month when you will be like balls to the walls, ready to go after it. And then there's some times in the month where you just want to lay in bed all day. Our energy is very different on a day-to-day basis. And this is where rituals are better for women than routines. A routine looks like you do the same thing every single day at the same time in the same way, whereas a ritual is more fluid. A ritual has motion. A ritual is maybe I have a ritual around my morning. I do the same things, generally speaking, every morning, but it doesn't necessarily have to be at the same time. So maybe you allow yourself to wake up once you're rested. So that doesn't mean getting up at 5 a.m. every single day. However, whether you're getting up at 5 or you're getting up at 7 or you're getting up at 9, you still have the same morning ritual. And if you are a mother, especially, you have other responsibilities, it is so important for you to create rituals that allow you to pause, that allow you to reflect, that allow you to lean back instead of go, go, go. So some feminine rituals you may want to incorporate to help restore your energy. One is a morning ritual, something that's going to allow you to center yourself, ground yourself in the day. This could look like hydration, making sure you're drinking like enough water. First thing in the morning, I recommend like 2 cups of water, especially, and I love to add like a little lemon. Sipping on hot water, that's going to hydrate you, jumpstart your digestion. As well as I love to get sunlight first thing in the day. So I like to go for a walk in the morning. So I'm getting sunlight, but I'm also getting some physical activity. I'm in nature. So I'm able to center myself and ground myself in the physical. Now, another ritual you can do is setting your intention with a journaling practice. So I love to get out my journal, and I have what I say is these are how I want to feel today. So every day I reflect on how I want to feel and like what are the things I can do to feel those things. So I change these on a couple times a year, but right now the feelings that I'm cultivating have to do with creativity. I want to feel sensual in my body. I want to feel vibrant with my energy. And by setting the intention first thing in the day, and then I ask myself, how can I feel vibrant? How can I feel more sensual in my body? How can I be creative today? Then I can align my actions to based on how I want to feel. I also have rituals around the moon cycle. And, I talk about setting new intentions with the new moon and releasing things and celebrating things with the full moon. But I actually utilize the moon every single day to align my tasks and even my exercise habits. So when the moon is in a fire sign, I know I have more energy and I'm going to have more energy to do a harder workout. However, when the moon is in a water sign, I'm going to be more emotional. So I allow myself, if I'm not feeling like going to the gym that day, I allow it to happen. And I maybe will go for a walk, or I'll do yoga, or I will go swimming instead of maybe doing heavy weights. Having an evening ritual can help set the tone and allow your body to get into a relaxed, restful state for better sleep. So this could look like turning off your devices at a certain time, or maybe 1 to 2 hours before you're ready to go to bed. You could have some tea, you could read or journal, do something that isn't necessarily on your screen. And something new I've been doing is having a Sunday ritual. So Sunday is one of the days when I have 0 responsibilities. My kids are with their dad that day, all day long, and I don't necessarily work at my job. So, and of course in my business, I can do what I want. I work when I want. So I take Sunday to reset my energy and recalibrate it for the week ahead. So I'm looking at my calendar, I'm reflecting on like what worked the previous week, what worked, what didn't work, what I need more of. And I'm looking at how I can best set myself up for a powerful week ahead. And part of that is looking at the moon cycles. Like if I know like, okay, so I'm recording this on Sunday, the moon is in Gemini. So I'll look, I'll say, okay, the moon's gonna be in Gemini for a couple days, and then it's gonna move into Cancer. And then by the end of the week, it'll be in Leo. So I can align my activities as well as my tasks to what is going to be best utilized with that energy. So, when you are creating your own rituals, keep it simple and really just tune into what is it that I need? What do I need at the beginning part of my day to set myself up to have the best day? What do I need before bed so that I am able to rest? I want you to choose a rhythm over being rigid. This isn't about, the 75 hard. This isn't about a 30-day consistency. I have a whole theory around consistency is a lie because you're a woman, and consistency looks different for a woman than it does for a man. So this isn't about getting up at the same time every day. This isn't about making things hard. It's about tuning into your own energy and asking, what is it that I need? It's less about looking about what other people are doing and really reflecting on your own needs. And your own needs, this could be physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. You can create a ritual around just about anything. So I would love to know in the comments, what is a ritual you either have or you are wanting to create for yourself? And if you love this, make sure you like the video and subscribe for more.